Hidden in the shadows of history lies a book no one can read. A book that has baffled scholars, scientists, and codebreakers for centuries. Its pages are filled with strange plants, mysterious symbols, and secrets that refuse to reveal themselves. What is this book, and why has it remained an unsolved mystery for over 600 years? Today, we're exploring the Voynich Manuscript, widely considered the world's most mysterious book, written in a script no living person can read, decorated with images that don't match any known reality. The manuscript has remained a riddle for over 600 years. But this isn't just a story about a weird old book. This is a story about human obsession, about our need to understand, about the lengths we'll go to decode the unknown. By the end of this video, you'll see why the Voynich Manuscript may actually be telling us something profound, even if we still can't translate a single page. Imagine 170,000 characters arranged in perfect, consistent lines, words that follow statistical patterns similar to spoken language, paragraphs that look ordered, structured, meaningful. Now imagine that every single one of those words is unreadable. That is the Voynich script. It's so convincing that during World War II, Allied codebreakers, people trained to tear apart the most complex enemy ciphers, were handed the book as a challenge. They tried everything: frequency analysis, substitution attempts, pattern modeling. Nothing worked. Modern linguists have studied it with computers. AI systems have been trained to find similar writing across thousands of languages. Neural networks have analyzed the text for hidden rules. And here's the surprising part. Almost every algorithm agrees on one thing. The Voynich text is not random. It has grammar-like patterns, repeating structures, statistical features you'd never get by accident. But it has no known alphabet, no matching script, no cipher key. It is as if the author invented a new language, then vanished from history before teaching it to anyone else. If the text is confusing, the illustrations are even stranger. The manuscript is divided into sections that seem to represent different themes: plants, stars, biology, medicines. Except none of them behave the way they should. The botanical pages show plants with impossible leaves, spiraling stems, and flowers that don't match any species on Earth. It's as if the artist combined real plants into imaginary hybrids. The astronomical pages show swirling star clusters, zodiac symbols arranged in patterns no medieval astronomer ever used, suns and moons connected through tubes, as if the cosmos itself were a kind of machinery. Then comes the most unsettling section, the biological pages. Dozens of nude female figures bathing in green liquid, floating through networks of tubes like living diagrams. Some historians think it's a metaphor for health. Others think it's symbolic physiology. Some whisper it might represent a belief system lost to history. The pharmaceutical section shows odd glass jars and herbal preparations, seemingly alchemical. Strange roots, labeled with unreadable names, fill the margins. And through all of it, the writing continues, calm, controlled, as if the author knew exactly what they were explaining. Theories about the Voynich manuscript are almost as wild as the book itself. Some scholars believe it encodes forgotten medical knowledge, a secret pharmacopoeia, a guide to plants that once existed, or perhaps symbolic versions of healing rituals. Others think it might be an alchemical treatise, hiding recipes or mystical formulas behind coded language. Some see it as a creation of a secret society, a manual meant to be readable only by initiates. And of course, there's the hoax theory, that the entire manuscript is an elaborate illusion, crafted to fool a wealthy collector. But here's the problem with the hoax idea. The manuscript is too detailed, too consistent, too statistically complex to be meaningless gibberish. Creating random text is easy. Creating text that behaves exactly like a real language, across 240 pages, is almost impossible without computers. Whoever made this wasn't trying to trick someone. They were trying to communicate. Today, The Voynich Manuscript rests at Yale University's Beinecke Library. High-resolution scans circulate among researchers like digital relics. AI researchers have thrown neural networks at the problem, comparing patterns to hundreds of known languages. One algorithm suggested it resembled a form of Hebrew. Another suggested it wasn't a spoken language at all, but a constructed one, like a medieval attempt at creating a universal tongue. Biochemical tests on the parchment confirm the early 1400s dating, but reveal no hidden layers of erased writing, no secret messages. It is exactly what it appears to be, a handmade book created deliberately and inexplicably by someone living 6 centuries ago. Here's the twist people rarely talk about. The Voynich manuscript may not be hiding a message. It may be the message. Think about it. A book that looks like knowledge but can't be read. A text that feels meaningful but refuses to reveal itself. A puzzle that consumes brilliant minds yet always slips away. It reflects something deeply human. Our instinct to believe that everything can be decoded if we try hard enough. Our hunger for certainty. Our fear of the unknown. And that might be why the manuscript still matters. Because it forces us to accept that some parts of history are bigger than our explanations. Some ideas survive without being understood. The Voynich manuscript is more than a historical oddity. It's a mirror. It shows us our obsession with patterns, secrets, and meaning. It reminds us that mystery is not a flaw of the universe. It's a feature. Maybe the book holds lost botanical wisdom. Maybe it describes a cosmology from a forgotten culture. Maybe it's the world's earliest attempt at a constructed language. Or maybe it's a message from one curious mind to another, separated by centuries, whispering. Not everything needs to be solved to be worth exploring. And that is why the Voynich manuscript continues to inspire scientists, historians, artists, and anyone who has ever stared at something strange and felt the spark of wonder. A spark that says, there is still so much left to discover. We hope you enjoyed this journey into the mystery of the Voynich manuscript. What do you think? Could it be a lost language, an ancient scientific guide, or simply a puzzle meant to spark curiosity? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating stories from history, science, and the unexplained.